Hey everyone, you're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash, and here's today's comic. Nightwing 54 by Scott Lobdell, Fabian Nicieza. I was hoping I'm pronouncing that right. And who's the artist? Owen Brown. Gary Brown and Will Conrad. People I don't know. And for good reasons, as you're about to see. Look at this pretty sick, awesome cover. The real cover was pretty good too. It had a picture of Nightwing in a cornfield, strapped, crucified kind of on a scarecrow, and there's field rows in the background. There's crows flying around. It was a very evocative cover. One of my favorite covers of all time. I said this in my pull list video, if you didn't watch it. One of my favorite covers of all time was Uncanny X-Men. All right. Pause there. I had to find it. It was Uncanny X-Men 251. This is the cover. Just figured I'd pause it and find the actual video. This is just one of my favorite covers of all time. And just this cover made me think of it. So just hands off. It's nice for me when normally one of these covers, I'll just be like, there's no contest. But the other one was like, oh, it's pretty good. Anyways, I've been blabbing about nothing. Here's back to the book. If you've been reading the book, listening to my videos, we're on part 5. Dick Grayson is lost his memory. He's now Rick Grayson. He's turned into kind of an asshole, which is an unfortunate way to write the character. I don't think just because you lose your memory, so the character's at heart is a dick. Like, it just, no pun intended, I hate that. I don't like the idea that, you take away all the things that Dick Grayson was, and at his heart, he's not a hero. He's actually an asshole, doesn't care about anyone, selfish. You're deconstructing the character in the wrong way, right? We could have the character forget his memories, forget about being Nightwing, but maybe still being naturally heroic because he wants to do the right thing and doesn't understand that while he's rejecting being Nightwing and everything, he doesn't understand the parallels of his new life are really the one and the same until they eventually converge again. That would be a cool way to write the character, not what they're currently doing. I'm not too happy. Anyways, this book is really about these new police guys and one fireman. Here we got like a brother, sister, and this guy's like, I'm not sure if I really want to take up on it. His sister basically calls him a pussy and is like, whatever, we're going to do it. Of course, because, women are always more badass than men in comics. That's just how it is. Here we go. Flashback of Rick Grayson trying to make something of himself, having his internal monologue, how he doesn't want to be what he was. He wants to be something new, but I think that's pretty stupid since you don't know what you were. You can't reject it. You can't be like, I don't know what I was, but I know I don't want to be it. Like, really? Come on. Anyways, part of me is actually able to reconcile this a little bit because look who his therapist is. Scarecrow. So we've got a villain is his psychiatrist, so getting into his head. So part of me is like, okay, I'm going to suspend disbelief. Maybe Rick Grayson is going through all these terrible things because he's being manipulated by, a master manipulator. Now, that would be cool writing. We'll see if the book actually goes that way. So anyways, back to him still, I don't want to be these guys. Let the cops do it, whatever. So, excuse me, they do. Freeze! To hell with you, Nightwing. And then they're taking down these chumps, and now they're all working as a team for once, and the fireman, Nightwing has an axe. That's pretty funny. When I was reading this book, I was thinking to myself, what if this is a way of not just reconstructing Dick Grayson. They better put him back to Dick Grayson when they fix him. I hope Rick Grayson is just the broken part. When they put him back together, maybe we're not going to have just a Nightwing anymore. Maybe it's going to be Nightwing is going to be a team. Like, these guys will join. That would be something interesting to see happen. And that would also make him a different character than Batman. I want to say, well, Batman's a solitary character. Bat family is out of control. Batman is designed as a solitary character. This would be a way of like Nightwing as a team concept, no longer an individual, and with him as the leader. That would be a really interesting thing to do, and have these other characters sort of just be his. He's like a mentor, and there's the 5 of them saving. Oh, that'd be cool. We'll see how this works. Chances are it's not going to go that way because I think it would be cool, and so. Anyways, nothing much really happens in this book other than that. It's not like painfully bad. We get more interaction with Rick Grayson and Scarecrow. They get some things that I didn't know about Robin. Apparently, that Robin had no fear. That was one thing. Like Scarecrow couldn't affect him or something. I wasn't aware of this. You guys that are long-time DC fans might be more aware. Educate me in the comments. This is cool. I like this panels here. Deer in the headlights, frozen. Get out of the way! I've got you. And shoots the driver. Car out of control. You can see it kind of lurching. Boom, into the telephone pole. This is a cool panel sequence. And he's like, oh man, I totally froze. I like how these guys are amateurs. One of my favorite comics of all time. Batman Year One. I loved seeing Batman as an amateur and learning how to be, the super badass that he is today. I like seeing this idea of vigilantes learning to be vigilantes. You don't see that too much. It's not unheard of. I mean, we've seen it before, but it's not like we see it all the time. And so here we have Rick Grayson's love interest, and she's, of course, perfect. She's now doing a soup kitchen, and he shows up. Oh, I overheard. Do you remember me? I did. I just want to get back in your pants. Oh, good. Here's some box. Oh, fair. All right, so... yeah, I'm not sure why Rick swings this way. I mean, it doesn't seem like her type, but his type, I don't know. It's comics, right? Everything's got to be diverse. So we got the Nightwing guys chasing Skate Ninja. Who was this guy? He's a skateboard ninja. And they get him, and then they're talking about they need to make a bigger impact and fight bigger to make a bigger splash. And then it's the helicopter whoop, 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 whoop. And this sequence I didn't really fully get. What? It's you're back, go Nightwing. You doing this down? And why? There's a crowd down here with. It's Times Square. What? Why are these? I don't. Okay, well, I guess Bloodhaven's weird. Dumb. So here's that sequence where he's talking about he's not afraid of anything, and then the doctor's saying, I once knew someone who wasn't afraid, blah 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 blah. And of course they never are mentioning who each other are. He never mentions the Bat family or that he's Robin, and he of course never mentions Robin by name. So it's this. They're never really being direct with each other. They're just kind of circling around. But he's I once knew a boy who knew no fear. I thought it was a mask, a facade, but I came to realize it was the greatest weapon he had. Of course, he's talking about Dick Grayson. This is an interesting side of Scarecrow, by the way, to see the doctor side rather than the evil, the monster that just makes everyone afraid with his nerve toxin. And he sort of graduates him out. He's happy birthday, gives him a cupcake, says you're all done, clean bill of health, you're out of here. And he's later, Dick, whoever you were, lights out. And just like that, I'm never going to be you, but I promise to be the best me that I can. That is you. What kind of weird sociopath have you been turned into? I reject my past that I know nothing about. I have no reason to be ashamed of it. Okay. And then there's this girl. Apparently, her hair looks way different. Does she wear a wig? Whatever. But he's got a hookup, so hey, Dick Grayson, living by his name, thinking with his dick. And yeah. So we've got Scarecrow. He's serving dinner. He's talking to someone. He ought to sing too. So full of spirit and spunk, confidence and cockiness. Was the patient that he really reminded me of you. And how much I hate being reminded of you. But my discussion with this younger man made it very clear to me that I need not fear my path. I should embrace it. I should revel in how I will help this entire city overcome its fears. The road ahead is so exciting, isn't it? Nightwing. Look at that. He's got a pop. Who knew that? Look at villains collect pops. No need to fear. All right, so we got Scarecrow story. I like Scarecrow. He's one of the good villains. This was meh. This is one of those issues that's just there, right? There's nothing to criticize about it. I can't go, oh, this is really terrible. I guess I was criticizing some things, but those are really subjective. Your miles are going to vary depending on how you're a fan of the character. Disclaimer, I have always been anti-Dick Grayson. I've not liked the character. I hate the concept of Nightwing. He's just still Robin in a new suit. I was really hoping this series, the reason I started picking this up, was that they would finally transcend him from being just Robin in a new suit and make him be something new, something, finally grown up. He's been a caterpillar in the cocoon all these years, and now he's going to emerge as something else. Please, I know a lot of Nightwing fans are like, fuck no, don't change our character I love. I sympathize with you because of other characters that I've loved. I get it, but why do you like this character who's just a Batman hanger-on? He just... I don't know. I don't have decades of being a Nightwing fan under my belt to know what you know and why you love the character that you love. I only have my outside perspective, and he was never interesting to me, and now it seems like they have a chance to make him interesting, and this transitionary period is making me second guess, and I'm going, I don't know, it's not so... It could be great, or it could be just dumb. But this book, it's not awful. Some of the previous books were pretty good. Surprisingly enough, the one I didn't want to buy with Pat Zurcher, the art, was probably my favorite. I'm going to continue this arc since I'm so far into it. I mean, it's like one or two more issues. And we'll see where it goes. And let's see if that continues making me want to collect Nightwing or if that's it. We'll see. But don't get too excited about this. But don't not get the series because of this. This was just a filler issue, right? It's just not bad. It's not good. Just there. Hopefully that's informative to you. Hopefully it gave you something worth watching. This is 1 minute less than my previous video. I'm getting shorter, so I'm going to end it now. Have fun. Take care. Bye-bye.